Hi, Frits.
Hey, David.
Thanks for joining me again for a coffee break. So, something you said last time in our last coffee break,
Mhm,
you said something about lifting each other.
mhm,
And I would
mhm.
like to know more about what you mean.
Yeah, that has to do with when we are working together, collaborating in a team, that we can tap into our creativity when we feel safe and secure and when we like each other. Then I want to serve your needs, listen to your ideas. There's a constructive field that enables you to also lift me. So the whole becomes more than the sum of its parts. So it's basically not just cooperating, but it's beyond that. Really wanting to understand what you need to perform, helping you with that. So that's what it means, finding a way to lift each other to the next level of development and performance.
And how is this different from the connection we were talking about last time?
Connection is a prerequisite for lifting each other. And these are rough lines that I'm drawing. It's a broad brush that I'm painting with. But when there's no connection, I don't know if I can really trust you. Do I like you? Do we understand each other? So this is more being careful. There we coexist, um, but we're not really connecting in the sense that we really feel comfortable and safe. But when I do, and there's kind of a friendship, colleague kind of friendship, then you take care of each other's interests and needs. And from that moment on, you lift each other because you need each other to get beyond the point that you can reach when on your own. So it's like, when you think about a Harvard negotiation, that's also about taking care of each other's interests, helping one another, instead of that you are bargaining, that there's something and me want, and we need to split it. And the more I get, the better it is for me. So now I'm going to out trick you. So I get more, you get less, because it's operating from the idea there's a certain amount that we can split. And that's bargaining. But when we say, like they say in Harvard, when you first enlarge the pie, help each other by lifting each other up, bringing more ideas, more performance into the system, there's more to divide as well. So that's the whole idea behind it. It is
So,
beyond connection.
but if I go into a connection with you, last time you also said it was a synonym for trust. And I'm already in a situation where I trust you and I'm connected with
Mhm.
you. Would I still be at a point where I bargain with you? Or is that already being taken care of with this connection?
I would say it is more negotiation, an open negotiation, than it is bargaining. Because we can have a great relationship based on the connection that we're having. I really know you take the best interest in me, and I will take in you and into the team. Still, there will be social dilemmas, challenges that we need to meet, trajectories forward to realizing the mission of the team. And for that, we still can negotiate with one another. Well, I think this way is a better way than that way. Okay, but let's see how we can find a way that's working for the both of us. And that's also a negotiation, but it's very open. It is transparent. All the cards are on the table, and we can talk about it and find our way. The whole time, also keeping the relationship in mind. And the other way around, when I start to bargain and I have it my way, and you notice that you will pay a price at the relationship, and that means that the connection will diminish or get worse.
So if we begin to bargain, then we go back
Yeah,
further and we don't have the connection, or we lose our connection again. So
that
will
yeah.
we be going more into reactive mode or phase, reactive phase of dealing with each other in that sense. But if I can use the phases as a orientation in the sense I'm going further along from the connection, deeper into the connection, maybe into a phase where I can not just trust you, but like you said, I think just now, act also in your interest.
Yes.
Or we each act in the interest of each other in that
Yes.
sense. And that would be lifting
And that's
each
lifting.
other.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And if we're in this symbol of your of impeccable leadership, and we go further, then we see that you have the word commitment.
Yes.
What does this mean? What does this have to do with lifting each other?
Yeah. Well, you have this triangle. It starts with the assignment framework for the team, and then the first red line of the triangle is towards the connection, what we talked about, and then you have another line towards commitment. And we today talked about lifting each other, finding solutions that worked for the both of us. That's an active phase, and the outcome of that is commitment. When you and I crafted something together, and we believe in it, we feel good about it, the chances that we are committed to the trajectories forward are much higher than when we don't have an agreement there on the content level and we have a bad feeling about it. So commitment in this sense is an outcome of the process, I would say the creative dialogue that the both of us were having on how to move forward. The difference between a creative dialogue and bargaining is that bargaining is rather a discussion. And when we have a discussion, then someone is right and someone is wrong. With a dialogue, something else is going on. You have an idea, I have an idea. You have a longing, I have a longing. Let's put the cards on the table, find a creative solution that is encompassing all. So this is something new that is emerging. And then when we see an outcome that is really beautiful, we both feel committed. And commitment in this sense is another word for intrinsical motivation. So this is why also in the model, these roles are shifting. First, you need a shift from expert to coach to establish a connection, to help someone grow to an active level. From the connection towards commitment, you have also the negotiator, not the bargainer, but the negotiator, like how it's meant with the Harvard Negotiation Project, taking care of each other's needs, lifting each other, and in the process that we just described with this dialogue, instead of the discussion. And the outcome is then this intrinsical motivation. For excellence, that is a prerequisite.
We're coming into basically the transition in the model to the proactive phase then.
Yes.
So what was the role after negotiator? What comes after that?
Yeah, the next role is the sponsor role. The sponsor is the role where you sponsor the whole. So the whole team, all the relationships within the team, but also the content and the connection between all the relationships and the content. So the sponsor is operating from the larger perspective. The sponsor is searching to serve the interest of the whole. So that means for a leader, when you move from negotiator to sponsor, that you get to the level that you serve the system. On a practical level, that means that you take decisions that is enhancing the interest of the community, the team, and the content that we need to deliver. That can mean that I sometimes have to take a decision that's not in my personal interest. For example, you are in my team. I don't want to lose you, but for the whole organization, it's better that you go to another project and you want that too. Then I need to, as a sponsor, think about the interest of the whole. And I let you go. And then in the management team, I say, hey guys, now I'm losing David. Can you help me out, find a way, because I'm losing critical resources. But although it's not in my interest, I look at the interest of the whole and I serve the whole, not my personal interests. And this is how you build, excellent organizations. I would even say that the sponsor is the first role where you can actually talk about impeccable leadership.
Okay, explain that.
Well, it is a role that is, I don't know if that's the right English word, encompassing all the other roles as well.
Okay. I have a little bit of insight because we didn't talk about it in the coffee break, but we've talked about it before, what impeccable leadership means and where it comes from.
Impeccable means, and that has to do with the etymology of the word. That was probably a Dutch way to pronounce this, but it is whole. So not peccable, so to say, is split, divided,
Okay.
like in an arena. But impeccable will say that the seizure is healed. So now we operate from the whole.
Operating from the whole,
yes,
would be what a sponsor is doing, because he's interested
yes.
in the whole.
Yes.
And so that's why the sponsor is the first role that is really an impeccable leadership role.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. That has to do with that we in a team, we know when a leader is taking decisions and doing interventions, where those are coming from, are aimed at. You immediately recognize a leader who's taking decisions solely aimed at his purpose, at making money, for example, or getting more power. You also immediately know, you sense when a leader is taking a decision that is serving the whole, the community, and the content at the same time.
Well, the big question would probably be, how do I get there? Or can I just decide, oh yeah, I want to be this way?
Yes.
Is it also possible that I think I'm that way, but I'm not there yet?
Yes, all of the above. But it is basically a decision.
Okay.
It has to do with some soul searching, asking myself the question, when I really bring it down, narrow it down to something very einfach, very simple. That is like, am I here a leader for me to get what I want, or am I a leader for us to serve the system? And we need to look into the mirror for that and ask ourselves, so why do I want to be a leader of this team? What entitles me to taking these decisions? We need to have competencies. We need to have an attitude. And an attitude is rooted in these deeper beliefs about who we are, what we want to contribute or not. And the third has something to do with the state of mind. I can be very nervous, or I can be very calm. So when I have the competencies to listen to people, to support them, to lift them, and I am operating from the idea I want to serve the whole, and I feel at ease with myself because I'm internally congruent, there you got a ball game going, and there you see excellence. You also see it in teams of sports. When people like each other and they feel resonating with also lifting each other up, giving each other the ball on important moments, those teams are excelling.
Thank you very much for sharing again.
Yeah.
And I would look forward to even more coffee breaks if you want to keep going.
You're more than welcome. Enjoy this. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.